There are moments in life when everything around us seems uncertain. The weight of the world presses in, and doubt creeps into our hearts like a silent whisper, telling us we won't make it, we can't rise, we won't overcome. But in those moments, when our strength is gone and our vision is clouded, we are reminded of a timeless truth. With God, all things are possible. That promise is not just words on a page or a quote to inspire. It is a divine reality. It is truth. It is hope. It is power. It's a reminder that no matter how far we've fallen, no matter how great the mountain before us, no matter how broken we feel, God is not limited. He is not bound by time, by logic, by impossibilities. He is above it all, and when we walk with Him, we walk with the one who makes all things possible. Maybe you're facing a situation right now that looks hopeless. Maybe you've prayed and waited, and nothing seems to be changing. But I want to tell you today, don't give up. Don't let go of your faith. Don't stop believing. Because your situation is not greater than your God. Your obstacle is not greater than your Creator. What looks like the end to you might just be the beginning of something extraordinary in His hands. Think about Sarah, the wife of Abraham. God promised them a child, but she was well past childbearing age. In the natural, it was impossible. But God had already spoken, and what He speaks, He brings to pass. Sarah gave birth to Isaac at 90 years old. Why? Because nothing is too hard for God. Or Joseph, who was sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely accused, and thrown into prison. Everything in his life looked like failure. Everything looked broken. But God was working behind the scenes, positioning Joseph for purpose. And in God's perfect timing, Joseph rose to become second in command over all of Egypt. From the pit to the palace. From betrayal to blessing. That's the power of a God who makes the impossible, possible. We serve a God who parted the Red Sea, who brought water from a rock, who sent manna from heaven, who shut the mouths of lions, who walked on water, who raised the dead, who calmed the storm. This is the same God who is with you right now. The same power that raised Jesus from the grave is alive in you. But believing that all things are possible doesn't mean life will always be easy. It doesn't mean we won't face trials or delays. What it means is that no matter what we go through, we never go through it alone. It means we always have hope. We always have help. We always have the assurance that God is able. Sometimes we think we need to have everything figured out before we move forward. We wait until we feel strong enough, smart enough, good enough. But the truth is, God doesn't require our perfection, He requires our faith. Even if it's just the size of a mustard seed. Because faith unlocks the impossible. You don't need to understand how God is going to do it. You just need to believe that He can. That He will. That He is faithful. And that He loves you more than you can imagine. Jesus said in Matthew 19 verse 26, "With men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." That means healing is possible. Restoration is possible. Provision is possible. Breakthrough is possible. Peace is possible. Joy is possible. Purpose is possible. That dream that you buried, yes, even that, is possible again. Sometimes we let our past dictate what we think God can do in our future. But your past is not a prediction of what's to come. Your past is a testimony of what you've overcome, and God will use it to build something beautiful. He takes what was meant to harm you and turns it into something that helps you. What the enemy meant for evil, God uses for good. You may not see the full picture right now, but God does. He sees every tear you've cried, every silent prayer you've whispered, every battle you've fought. And He's working. Even when you don't feel it. Even when it's quiet. Even when it seems like nothing is happening, He is working on your behalf. There are times when God will bring the breakthrough instantly. And other times, He will allow the process to unfold slowly, molding us, refining us, building our character, preparing us for what's coming. But whether fast or slow, His timing is always perfect. And when the promise finally comes to pass, you'll see that every delay had purpose. It's important to surround yourself with the right voices, voices that encourage you, uplift you, remind you of God's truth. Because if you keep feeding your mind with negativity, doubt, and fear, you'll struggle to believe. But if you feed your faith, if you meditate on God's word, if you stay in prayer, if you speak life over yourself, you'll begin to see the impossible as possible. Speak it over your life. Speak it over your family. Speak it over your finances, your health, your future. With God, all things are possible. Not some things, all things. That means there is nothing off limits with God. No dream too big. No problem too complicated. No wound too deep. No sin too dark. He is the God of new beginnings, fresh starts, and divine turnarounds. You are not stuck. You are not defeated. You are not forgotten. You are in the hands of the Almighty. And He is more than able to lift you, heal you, provide for you, guide you, and bring you into the fullness of your destiny. So don't be afraid to dream again. Don't be afraid to believe again. Even if things didn't work out before, try again, with God. Because this time, you're not doing it in your own strength. You're doing it with the one who holds all power. Faith doesn't always remove the mountain. Sometimes it gives you the strength to climb it. Faith doesn't always change the storm. Sometimes it gives you peace in the middle of it. But in the end, faith always leads to victory, because God always finishes what He starts. Maybe you've been waiting for a long time. Waiting for healing, waiting for that open door, waiting for a change. Don't grow weary. Don't give up in the waiting room. Sometimes the waiting is where God does His greatest work in us. And when the time is right, what once seemed impossible will suddenly be reality. One of the most powerful things you can do is to declare God's promises over your life. Instead of saying, "I don't think this will happen," say, "I believe God is making a way." Instead of saying, "This is too hard," say, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Let your words line up with your faith. Because there is power in your tongue, and when you speak faith, you activate heaven. You are not limited by what others have said about you. You are not confined by your upbringing, your past mistakes, your failures. You are defined by God, and He says you are loved, chosen, redeemed, called, equipped, and destined for greatness. Not because of who you are, but because of who He is. This is your time to rise. This is your moment to step forward. No more fear. No more doubt. No more settling. Stand on the truth that your God is bigger than your problems, stronger than your enemies, greater than your fears. And He's about to show you just how powerful He really is. Don't try to figure everything out. Just take the next step in faith. Keep walking. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Keep believing. Because the story isn't over. The best is yet to come. And what's ahead of you is far greater than what's behind you. Sometimes, all you need to do is whisper the name Jesus, and He'll meet you right where you are. He will lift you up. He will strengthen your heart. He will breathe new life into your situation. Let today be a new beginning. A fresh start. Let today be the day you say, "God, I surrender. I may not see the way, but I know you are the way. I may not have the answers, but I trust that you do. I believe that with you, all things are possible. You don't need to have it all together. You don't need to know how it's going to happen. You just need to take that step of faith, trusting that the God who created the heavens and the earth is holding your hand. And one day, you'll look back and say, I didn't know how it would happen, but God did it. He made a way. He turned it around. He opened the door. He healed me. He restored me. He provided. He showed up. Because that's what He does. That's who He is. He is the God of the impossible. And He's not finished with you yet. So hold on. Keep believing. Keep trusting. Keep walking with God. Because your miracle is on the way. Your breakthrough is coming. Your story is not over. With God, all things are possible.